often a guarantee is a description of the things you don't do or you refuse to comply with, which you write on the reverse side of your invoice, and it says what you don't guarantee. That's, of course, a rather abstruse way of making guarantees. Guarantees should express what you do, and it must be meaningful. It must be something where people feel secure. I buy from you, even if it is more expensive, because I have a guarantee that whatever happens, I'll be protected. And now let's turn to the fourth sub-area, and that deals with quotations and presentations. Regarding quotations, they are often just a very formal way of expecting an order. That is to say, you write in your terms, your stipulations, your specifications, etc., your price, a delivery, and so on, and you hope for an order. That, of course, is not a sales tool. A verbal presentation is so much more effective than a written one that your written quotation must be much, much better than it usually is. Where is the sales appeal, or rather the buying appeal? What do you start out with? You start out with what the customer wants, not what you're going to get. You tell the people of the benefits they get, and then you set the price, and then you repeat the benefits. And you insist on what action this offer is going to lead to. Don't write in there that you're hoping for the order, or that you're always at the service of your customer, or that you're ready to supply any more information that the customer needs. Those are just stereotype words. They mean nothing to the customer, and they mean nothing to you. So revamp your entire way of writing quotations. It must be even better than a verbal sales presentation by your sales team. And one more thing, when your salespeople make a presentation, verbal presentation to customers, especially at a new contact, they usually start out with the wrong thing. They start out telling the customer about their own company, about the resources the company has, about its outlet, about the age of the company, about the capital it has, about the people it employs, etc. That is of no interest to the customer. To remember the saying, what's in it for me? There's nothing in it for the customer. That you can distribute on a piece of paper or a brochure. Concentrate your presentation on developing together with your customer the requirements your customer has. What is it you want? What is it you are looking for? What is it you value? What is it you like? What is it you wouldn't like? And let's do it together. In that way, you create a dialogue. You create an interlogue with your customer where he participates and you. And your salespeople will feel so much more comfortable, and they'll be much more successful. The one-way monologue presentation starts from the 19th century. They don't have a chance in the competition nearing the year 2000. Modernize, completely update, innovate, completely change the way of making your verbal presentation. The seventh area is concerned with your way of tying your customers to you so the relationship becomes longer than just one transaction. What do we do in order to tie our customers to us? Area number 7, for becoming an excellent company. We all have positive and negative examples. Let's start with the positive one. You all have, like I have, a lot of VIP cards. Cards that tie us to a company. Airlines do that, hotels do that. They give you special favors because with those favors you are likely to return to that company. You have also participated in frequent flyers actions whereby you get points every time you use an airline, and perhaps that helps the airline to make you fly with them even though it may be an inconvenience from a point of view of timetable. Hotels do the same thing. They give you award cards by which you get free weekends. If you go there 7 times or 8 times, you have a free weekend. Another way has been used by a company that sells trucks and parts, truck parts. They give these VIP cards not to the big shots, not to the top executives like you. They give it to the drivers, because the drivers are their real customers. And if a driver wants to buy something somewhere, he'll do so. And if he doesn't like it, he'll find 1,000 reasons why he wouldn't do so. Another way has been handled or is being practiced at Brussels airport. There's a taxi company that sells you a round trip from Brussels airport to the town and back at any time with a 25% discount. Therefore, and you don't have to worry about finding a taxi on your way out, which may come in quite handy on a Friday afternoon when it's very difficult to find a taxi. So there are so many ways of tying customers to you that one is sometimes surprised to see some negative example, which really means that some companies don't do anything. Let's assume that this is your third car of the same car make. Many of you buy, as I do, the same car or the same make of a car, new models, etc., for the second, third, or fourth time. We have made a survey of participants in big seminars with 900, 1,000 people in Buenos Aires and Sao Paulo, etc., and I have asked the following question. When you bought your third car from the same company, did you get any kind of a nice little letter, or a flower to your wife, or a souvenir, or a little extra that you can put on your car? And the return was amazing. It was devastating. We didn't even get a 1% return on the question, what did the car companies do to recognize their only source of capital and income, that is a customer buys and buys and buys again. So there's a source of income and a source of tying customers to you as a future source of income, which is badly neglected. Just think what you can do in order to make 0.7 an area in which you score not only 3 points, but perhaps 4 points, maybe even 5 points. The 8th area, can you make your customers sell for you? Their friends, agents to sell for you, people you know, your own friends, in order to multiply the effectiveness of your sales effort. Of all the restaurants that don't accept diners' card when they go there and promise that they would take action to make these restaurants accept diners' cards. Within 1 month, in this small country, which only has about 5 million inhabitants, they got 100 leads back, over 100 addresses of restaurants and other similar outlets which were not yet affiliated with Diners Club, and that gave them the possibility to make them adhere. Another example, in a company that sells computers, the secretary phones the secretary of customers and finding out what kind of computer equipment they are using. And that either leads directly to a sale or at least to a question which says, are you satisfied with your present equipment? What would you like to have in the future with regard to a better equipment? This information is passed on to the salespeople. A third example from Paris, one of the most spectacular and famous hotels in the world, the Plaza Athénée, invites every year all the taxi drivers in Paris to a visit to the hotel and also a free meal, which is a great undertaking because